Hello, beautiful soul family. This is Robbie from Guided by Fire. I hope you are all not just doing well. I hope you are all managing these very, very intense energies. And I haven't been around for a while, and I'm going to be transparent. I have been the past 6 months been going through some, not just some very, very deep healing, because this twin flame journey, this activation is about deep healing and on the deepest healing there is. And it's also a journey of self mastery. I have been dealing with the past 6 months a very, very challenging karmic family situation that involves a lot of legalities. And we go through, and if this video has made it, this reading, and the moon cycles have been very, very intense for all of us. And I would say for me personally, the moon cycle that was the smoothest was the full moon in Sagittarius. And the one in Scorpio was really, really tough for a lot of people because we were purging things through the physical body, and a lot of us have been healing and purging things through the physical body. And this is something that's talked about from a lot of divine empresses, because if you are listening and a divine feminine, divine empress, you are a healer. You are one energetic system, you are one soul. And your divine masculine, divine emperor is also a healer. And also an empath is like you. And, you know, a lot of times we hear a karmic partner that the divine masculine has. Or you've already went through a situation where you had a karmic partner. And not all karmic situations are rough and that collapse or, you know, with drama and all of that. Some of them do. And there's all different kinds of karmic situations. And we went through this powerful 6-6 portal and this very powerful new supermoon in Gemini. And the new beginnings that have come about with this new supermoon in Gemini, even though the energy is now integrating, many of you today could be longing for solitude. And solitude, peace, harmony, bringing and calling all this energy back to you. And this is something that gets mirrored to us. And especially that when you are in service, because this journey is about being in service. You could be in service in so many different ways. And I know a lot of us are been going through very, very powerful shifts where there has been a lot of healing, but more of an activation of wealth that's coming to you. However that resonates for you. And sometimes the more intense the shift, the greater the blessing. So I've been dealing with a very challenging situation. And this is certain lessons that once we learn these lessons, the soul contract gets burned. And it happens all in divine timing. And everything that has ended, and now we are on a complete new beginning, new changes. Changes, it can be very exciting. You could be feeling excited and happy and in a high vibration. And this journey is about ascension and ascending to the highest timeline. And everything takes a lot of patience. It also takes power. And I haven't been around. I've been dealing with these challenges and also recreating a new story. Everybody's been recreating a whole new story because we're creating from soul. And I know many of you are magnetizing all of these blessings back to you, where you've been detaching and surrendering. And many of you that are listening are in the surrender stage, and there's many sub stages to this. So yeah, I've been dealing with that. And there's all different kinds of karmic situations. Some of them, and I know this is not talked about a lot, some of people that are karmics in your life, spirit, energetically, yourself, you're doing the work, closing out the cycle. And this is a year of new beginnings. So cycles are being closed out pretty quickly. And this is the tipping point where all karmic cycles are being closed. And the most important thing that I've learned is to not give it any more energy, because they are in a lower vibration of fear and whatever they are projecting onto you. Some of them have done to y'all whatever evil eye they want to project. Some of them have projected lots of dark magic, black magic, which is not talked about, and this does happen on this journey. And when people do that, and this is just a reminder, is because they're in a lower vibration, lower emotion. And at some point, it has to stop. And it does stop. And always remember, you are divinely protected as a chosen one. So I pulled some cards so I've been dealing with this, and I've been pushing through. And, I had realized, this is, even though it's personal, but I'm going to share it with you because we've all gone through this with 3D family. And a lot of times on this journey and awakening, it isn't just old friends that fall away, old co-workers, old places, old things. Decluttering is very, very powerful. Cleaning, tidying up is a form of decluttering. Reorganizing something is very powerful. It clears away the old energy. And it's the intention behind it, of what you are clearing away and letting go of what's no longer serving you. And some karmic situations are very challenging to let go of. And it's not because you don't want to let go of them. You still have things that you need to purge in order to let them release. And when they do release and you heal and release it, and that's why you can't spiritually bypass on this journey, it becomes more and more difficult for them to access your energy. Some of them have been energy vampires. And especially my experience, that, what I'm going to share is, even though my parents, they've both been transcended. And I only had one sibling left. We never got along since children. And there was a reason. And the only reason was to teach lessons. And there were signs and synchronicities long time ago I had ignored. I had to forgive myself for that. And things were being revealed. And the relationship I had severed 5 years ago. They did not want to let down. When people are desperate, when people have addictive, and there's all kinds of addictions, addictive personalities, and addictions they are not healing the root cause of, even if they're not touching anything, physical substances. So many addictions, there's no judgment here. Or whatever their traumas are, and they hold on to these things. And you start to see these things from a higher perspective, and a different perspective too, where you're already ascended. Like, for example, you're not seeing money the way you used to see it. because money is energy, and it is a very high vibrational energy. Everything obviously has to manifest change in the 5D before it manifests into the 3D, as above and so below. And the universe is always listening, and that's why gratitude is so important. So I've been dealing with these challenges, and it's about rebuilding, because when everything has collapsed, your whole world is collapsed, when everything is gone as much as possible, when you are at the bottom of the barrel, rolling on the floor, screaming in pain, you can only move up from there. So anyway, that's a lot. So now we're all at this pivotal point where we're moving forward, and this Sunday is going to be a very exciting, intense, but very happy and exciting summer solstice. It's going to be very, very powerful, where now this is going to be the mark in this part of June when we start coming into Cancer season. And it's going to prepare us for the very powerful 7/7 Sirius Gateway Portal. You probably are going to start to see manifestations, even from the past, and blessings coming through for you. And as you move through unity conscious, being one with self, and into this inner union frequency, a lot of things are going to manifest. That's why it is very important to go out in nature, ground, and if you don't go out in nature, keep yourself grounded, because a lot of blessings are coming in the physical, especially after this new moon in Gemini. So there's some interesting cards that I have pulled. There's 5 of them from the Moonology Manifestation deck. What is going to be coming into fruition? What is actually happening in the energy? So this is really beautiful. Again, Earth energy, Virgo. The new moon in Virgo, you see all the green moons and the green mountains. I said moons in the background. Oops. Trusting all will be well. And you are staying present, you are staying grounded, because all will be well. And it always works out best for us in our highest good, but also it is always going to be, what I'm getting from this new moon in Virgo energy, is that everything is coming that is aligned. So it's putting trust and faith that all will be well, and you will be shocked. And this is also very beautiful. The last quarter moon in Cancer, and we're moving into Cancer season, taking a breather. Nothing is as valuable as taking a breather, pulling your energy back to yourself, going near calm water. You know, Cancer is about emotions, calming and balancing emotions. You know, whatever's coming toward you in your intuition, trusting all will be well, trusting in your intuition that you are 100% correct. Nothing is as more accurate as your own intuition, but relaxing, taking this breather. And as we're coming into the summer solstice, you may be finding yourself around a lot of water. Still waters, run deep. That's that message. So this is all coming. Wow, new moon in Capricorn. Many of you are stepping up to lead. Again, mountains. Climbing that mountain and stepping up to lead. And all this grounding energy. We have a lot of grounding energy and calm energy that's been coming through after this new moon. And we have another card here, new moon in Cancer. And the new moon in Cancer is about relaxing, taking a breather, giving back to yourself, pulling your energy back to you from everyone and everywhere. When you call your energy back to you and you take this breather and relax, you're giving back to yourself. You'll be able to forgive yourself for things much more easily and effortlessly. You know, because there's no right and wrong way. And many of you that are Divine Empresses are listening. Your energy alone will trigger people's shadows in a room. all of a sudden they get nasty or emotional or whatever. You can't change anybody. You can only change you and your energy. And yeah, this last quarter moon in Capricorn has summed it all up. This message from this deck, leaving the past behind. You see how this person is staying grounded, walking on this beautiful grass toward the mountain, leaving all the shadows or whatever the past behind. And this is what's happening now. Many of you that have been stuck in karmic situations, some of them have been brutal, and I hear you. Some of them have been mean. They've been that mean where you've had to put more love into yourself and nurture yourself and relax and take that breather. And that's part of you leaving the past behind. You are not going back to the way things ever were. You're stepping forward, taking the lead in the situations. Stepping up and lead, inspiring others. Capricorn is about inspiring. Capricorn is about leaving the past behind. It's also staying grounded. Virgo is about trusting. Your soul, trusting that deep inner self, that deep inner healing, trusting everything in the divine. This is all grounding energy. Isn't this wonderful? We got a lot of Capricorn, Virgo, and Cancer energy here. And we're stepping into Cancer season. That new moon in Cancer is going to be around the corner, my loves. The full moon in Capricorn is also coming around this time. And Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign that needs balance. Cancer is a cardinal water sign that needs balance. So this is very interesting. So you may want to be around earth and water. Those are some interesting signs that have come through. So this is about staying in the present moment. And when you stay in the present moment, you're stepping up and leading. You're being the example. I want to see if there's another message coming through here. Wow, bottom of the deck, new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. Yeah, that's what you're doing. More calm water energy. Going in deep. And it's interesting how Pisces stays attuned to the divine. Getting intuitive messages. Tapping into the answers within yourself, but asking your spirit team, the universe, the creator, all for help, and they're all right here with you because your ancestors, you were never alone. So there's another new moon, new beginnings. This is what this is. Yeah, wow, this is amazing what is coming through. And this is more earthy energy. We got like 3 earth signs here. Wow, this is crazy. We have full moon in Taurus, which doesn't come around until November, but you could be feeling, since Chiron has moved into Taurus, June 19th. And this Taurus energy is about grounding and detoxifying. And Taurus is is an intense, very, very solidified, intense, grounding, fixed earth sign. And you see how this cow, this beautiful white cow, the white is about purifying, then detoxing. And has these beautiful, instead of antlers or growing around the antlers, these beautiful flowers. And that means this rebirth that is happening. So you could be guided to be in silence in your own yard and in nature. That's another sign. Yeah. And the last quarter moon in Libra. This is funny. These are the 2 signs that embody the Empress card in tarot. Is Libra and Taurus. Last quarter moon in Libra, making time for self-love. Absolutely. This could be the silence you are feeling. This longing for this self-love and solitude. That is one of the other biggest gifts of self-love you can give to yourself. You see how she's sitting there next to the moon, and she's just either meditating, relaxing, and calming herself. Yeah. So this is what is happening with this new moon it's been very intense, and it's integrated. So giving yourself time to integrate. If you are doing energy work on yourself, please make sure when you do anything, including a Reiki session, whatever you're doing for yourself, allow this to integrate and ground and anchor this energy in and surrender. This is really, really awesome. You may be finding your most happiest in this silence and solitude. Just doing nothing for one day, my gosh, that is one wealthy gift you can receive, because your energy is your currency. You are pulling your energy back to you today from everything and anything. And let us see what we are happening toward this journey, this twin flame ascension, because we're all ascending into, guess what? A new beginning. You could be feeling this energetic twine, the Kundalini rising. You could be hearing telepathic communication, advice from your emperor on the 5D. And they could be guiding you towards certain action steps. Your masculine self. We take divine inspired action when we're guided to. We ask our guides for help and oops. Wow, and I just said 6-6 portal. Wow, beautiful. Ooh, look at this, my loves. 6-6, the feminine twin, activating the higher self. Oh my gosh. That's exactly what we're all doing. You see how her soul is shining her light bright in this beautiful bubble of protection and this golden light around it. This is the activation. When you activate yourself and go through these activations, Divine Empress, guess what? So does the Divine Masculine, your one energetic system. Yeah, the whole journey has been balancing out. You've been working on self. You've been working on balancing this energy out, and you are activating your higher self through this time. The silence is power. Well, this is what this silence is doing. What you are manifesting is activating your higher self. And people see this. So your light, again, and I said this before, could be irritating people's shadows. And anyone that's been karmic. This is where it's time for karmics to learn their lessons. But they're part of the 3D Earth, some of them. Wow, look at this. 2 just flew out the deck. We have a 1-1, a new beginning. You could be seeing 1-11, an 11. You could be seeing 11-11, surrender. Dark Night of the Soul. And you see, interesting here, this card. The bird here is a dove, which is peace. So you could be going through a dark night of the soul and not realizing it. Some dark nights of the souls are not rough. Learn that lesson too. You see how when you go through any type of dark night of the soul, you are longing for peace, and it comes to you because it is the deepest purge. And when a dark night of the soul comes along, there's a new beginning on a deepest level. Yeah, so some of you could be going through a silent dark night of the soul and not realize it. So if you feel like you're longing for peace and silence, solitude, it's not a curse. It's also detoxifying physically. 9-9 has come to an end of a cycle. It's also growing up spiritually, sacred sexuality, accessing the unified field. So this is about the Kundalini rising, your life force energy, alchemizing anything with the lower energy. And this is very interesting about, you wouldn't realize this when your Kundalini first activated, but you realize it now with the surrender stage. It could be Divine Emperor going through a dark night of the soul. When you feel your Divine Emperor go through a dark night of the soul, oh, you feel it. I remember one time, I'll give you a little tiny example. I was in my kitchen cooking and I was singing, and all of a sudden I just said out loud to myself, who's going through the dark night of the soul? Somebody was. I knew that through my intuition, and I realized it was my own Divine Emperor. So this is being shared between your masculine and feminine, both Emperor and Empress, accessing the unified field, unity consciousness, working on the inner union. So this balance here, both are working on the inner union. But at the same time, mind and ego doesn't think this way. But your soul is alchemizing through the sacral chakra any lower vibrations, your whole chakra system. You sometimes will feel this Kundalini rising, the heat rising in the body. It is because there is some kind of energy that has come towards you that needs to be alchemized. And you know you can activate your Kundalini to alchemize something that's around you to protect you. It is your life force energy. People are saying and looking at that word there and said, well, what the heck does this have to do with that? It has to say a lot because your light shines brighter. You're activating your higher self. Let's see what we have, any other messages. Because this, you ascend, your journey ascends. So this weekend with the summer solstice this Sunday, so you're alchemizing this. Pay attention to the Kundalini rising this weekend, because what I am feeling in this energy, your Kundalini is absolutely protecting you, and it is also alchemizing any lower vibrations, and that could be karmic situations that refuse to, I don't want to say go away, that refuse to stop, that want to keep fighting and try to pry open a closed cycle. There are consequences to try and open a closed cycle. So if you're pulling regular tarot cards on yourself and you getting the World card come out, that's why that World card is coming out. Whoever needs to hear that message. Yeah. Wow, karmic relationship releasing the past. You're letting that go. And you see, it's a man and a woman. It's not necessarily a karmic romantic partner or an ending of a marriage. This could be any type of karmic relationship. In my situation, it's a karmic sibling that's been trying too hard. But they're never going to get, 8-8, infinite abundance, queen, divine feminine again. You are the queen. You are rising in your power. You are ascending. You're manifesting. She's got a golden staff there. And you see the peacock feathers? So any masculine energy could be drawn to you. See the hearts in her dress and the heart around her neck? Because you're putting love into yourself. You're putting love into the situation. And you are choosing love over fear. So many of you could be releasing a lot of fears very rapidly and feel like you're moving forward and feeling wonderful. 1111 could be seeing a lot of those numbers. And 8-8 is about infinite abundance, higher heart opening. See, putting love into yourself in the situation. Look at all those hearts. Pink hearts, activating. And wow, another 1-1. A lot of ones you could be seeing and a lot of 8s. Could be, this is ending whatever this means for you. This could be anybody, anything, because the lesson's already learned. And if they want to pry open the door, this is another message that came through. They're going to be going through karma themselves, if not already. And you know, one of the things that we do learn on this journey, that we are highly protected. You could be also seeing 144, 444, 44444. And it was interesting, the other day, I saw 2 7-digit numbers. One of them was 77777. 7777. Your dreams are manifesting. And I saw 888, 888, 8888. Infinite abundance, infinite wealth. Health is wealth. You could be healing from past health issues. Stepping into your power. Having compassion for yourself and others. brings a higher heart opening. You could be going through different times, random heart chakra openings, being open to receiving, because you are attracting people from love. You could be getting other channeled telepathic messages from somebody else's divine masculine giving you guidance. You know, it was interesting. A soul sister. And music messages and music are really, really powerful. And I knew it was him sending a message of reinsurance or something. And it was a Michael Jackson song, and I can't remember it. And it was beautiful. It got emotional. They said everything's going to be okay. We have another 1-1 clearing energy blocks, activating the higher chakras. So right now, you are going through an entire chakra cleanse, but specific chakras are clearing certain blocks. Now, the yesterday, and I went through a very intense ascension cold last Sunday with the new moon. And you see the throat chakra here? Last night, I've been going through the most scariest, intense throat chakra. Purge and healing. I thought I was going to stop breathing. But this is also how when we are ascending and when the Kundalini rises and clears out, and we clear out our chakra system, and this is, they don't show the Earth Star chakra, which is below the root chakra. It's 6 inches under your feet. It's where you ground. Whether you have bare feet on the grass ground or not, you could be feeling, when you're grounding yourself, a very hot, burning sensation in the soles of your feet. I call the Earth Star chakra the garbage disposal, because where all of the lower vibrations and energy goes from right down from the divine gateway chakra, right, and transmuted, because as you ground yourself, you're activating your lower chakras, transmuting the lower vibrations. And it happens in an instant. You could just ask, you could be out in nature for about 5 minutes and ask the tree's permission. That tree will help you. They're willing to help. And even ask the grasses permission too. But yeah, grounding and anchoring things in, transmuting through the Kundalini activation. So things are moving forward and all these changes. We had a very strange weather yesterday. It was a little humid, cloudy, and very windy. So it was like a hot breeze. So wind is always a sign of change. Wind is also about clearing away. We were supposed to get rain yesterday, but we didn't. Who knows why? Anyway. So this is what is exactly happening. So on an energetic level, many of you could be healing and dissolving the lower karmic energies because you've learned lessons and it's time to move forward. You're not letting this hold you back. Letting the soul contracts arise. You could have relationships with people that fall away. You don't know why. You just stop hearing from them. Some of them fall away gently. Some of them fall away in a very rough, dramatic manner, which the only thing you can do is, and what you learn to do, is not react, not give your energy away. Some karmics are energy vampires. Some of them do all kinds of lower mean stuff. Again, I know this is not talked about on this journey a lot, but yes, there are karmics that have done black magic, or have done lower magic, or have done, or not meant well, whatever the case is. But calling your energy back to yourself is your power. So if you are in solitude today and in silence, enjoy this self-time and self-love. And we will see what's going to happen with the summer solstice this Sunday, because it's right around the corner. And Cancer season, I know Cancer season sounds very exciting for a lot of people because it's about moving forward and things are going to be picking up momentum into the Lionsgate. We shall see what's going to happen in Lionsgate. This is going to be interesting in Leo season. But anyway, my loves, I hope you are doing well. And as always, you can reach out to me for a personal reading at robbie'sfirepitofmagic@gmail.com. Email me first. Also, I do a lot of meditation healings with ISA light codes, ISA Akashic Record light codes, activations, clearings, whatever they are. Shoot me an email. I will be revising a price list. When things get put together, there will be one link. There will be one link tree. And I will be happy to be here for you. I'm always here for you all. Sending you lots of love today and sending you so much peace and abundance. See you all soon.